Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nanyang Championships EU qualifier. We are in the lower bracket. It's a sad place because the losers of these BO3s go
10
home.
seconds remaining.
And, Nanyang Championships, quite a lot of money on the line. It's Season 2. We have
5
No
seconds
Diggity versus
remaining.
Virtus.Pro fighting for their lives here in this tournament. It's a BO3. I'm Lysander, joined here by CloudX. Welcome back. It's been an hour break. Hopefully VP have got over their trashing.
Man, that was a nasty trashing indeed, by the way. Virtus.Pro, let's see if they can actually bounce back from this. They did get destroyed by Adfinim, there's no sugarcoating it, but no diggity. They're on a bit of a loss streak themselves, and they've definitely got plenty to prove here. As they'll start off with that Beastmaster ban.
Alright, yeah. Everyone banning Beastmaster nowadays. That guy, give him an Iron Talon, and he comes out of the jungle.
5 seconds
really rich and high leveled. And the Beastmaster Raw, very good at a lot of the early game aggression that we see now in drafts, trying to shut down the core of an opposing team and lock them down. Virtus.Pro start off good. Pick the counter of all, Doom.
Yeah, so we should be seeing that roaming support Doom. At least I'd like to see a roaming support Doom as opposed to the offlane greedy Doom. No diggity. The last time they faced off versus Virtus.Pro, I believe Virtus.Pro came out ahead in that engagement, 2-1 at Dream League. Let's see if No Diggity can turn the tides in their favor this time around. 2 picks on the board for them. They'll start with the Earth Spirit, standard stuff. Getting another roaming support for themselves. Possibly going to see a core pickup coming out early on here.
Yeah, it's never wise to fill up your support slots with heroes so early, because it does lock down your draft. Reveal too much to your opponent. If you want, you can always pick up an ambiguous
10
hero.
seconds remaining.
Something like a Mirana is always very suitable here, but it's gonna be a Slaughter, something that No Diggity actually favor quite a fair bit. They value this aggression that they play, but they sometimes run it on Era, and that is when it might get concerning, because the last time they ran it on Era, they like the late game, because Era is usually used to those late game carries, and Slaughter's more of a tempo controller. Get up his blink, get maybe an armlet, few other items, and fight end the game quick, you know. Control the tempo for your late game calls to move in or end the game, like I said. So we'll see how they run the Slaughter this time, but they do like the slippery fish.
Yeah, and I do feel like Era on the Slaughter is pretty much a match made in heaven as well. It's not the most conventional setup to run a one-position Slaughter, but if ever there was a person that would be able to make the most use of it, it's Era, because he's one of those one-position players that just really gets active on the map once he gets his first few core items, and the Slaughter is one of those heroes that needs to get snowballing once he gets that blink dagger online. There's also plenty of synergy with the amp damage versus the Doom here. Doom, one of those heroes that starts with little to no armor.
Yeah, it's a okay. I guess you could say it's a good counter. Doom does pick up a lot of armor items nowadays, you know, so it's not super countery, but it's I mean, amp damage makes everyone soft, so I wouldn't say it's the main reason it's good against Doom, but yeah, you could say it's that. But the Disruptor pick, actually, it's gonna shut down the Earth Spirit and Slaughter. You talked about Disruptor shutting down that Kowlin Spirit, so it's gonna shut down Slaughter as well. You know, he sprints all the way and then you just drag him all the way back.
Yeah, the Disruptor does seem to be something well within VP's comfort zone. It's probably going to be No Fear running it again, which would leave FNG on the Doom, or possibly even Yoku playing it on the offlane. It's too soon to tell, really.
Well, Lone Druid now going to be banned out. Sven Lifestealer as well. More popular cores as of late. The tanky cores seems to be the trend. You know, that's why you see Lifestealers very often picked. And in response to that Lifestealer ban, they ban out the Lone Druid, which it's
reserve time.
With Lifestealer kind of counters because he eats away at the bear's HP and does a lot of damage, regens a lot of health. And Virtus.Pro, I think they might be thinking about banning out the Alchemist, because one of the hard counters to Alchemist is actually Slaughter. Because you talked about armor reduction, Alchemist also another one with little to no armor. And if you amp him, it's very easy to blow him up. So now, without that ban on Alchemist, I wouldn't be surprised if No Diggity pick it up for themselves.
Well, No Diggity seem to be ignoring the Lion so far. They'll opt to go with that Witch Doctor instead. I believe that'll be Cinderin's hero this game. But Virtus.Pro, man, they're bringing a new flavor to the table here. We're seeing that
10 seconds
Night Stalker
remaining.
being banned in the first phase. I'm guessing that's a respect ban towards Yapsor.
5 seconds
And also the
remaining.
Lone Druid ban. Kwai has been known to run the mid Lone Druid every now and then, so...
Reserve time.
It's also it's partly that, and it's also partly because maybe they don't want to deal with so hard a push. Then we're coming their way. They want to play something more greedy. Virtus.Pro, I'm not sure if they run Alchemist as much, but I've seen Diggity run that Slaughter Alchemist a lot of times now, and it's a very possible pick here. Witch Doctor, you mentioned Witch Doctor being picked instead of a Lion. Witch Doctor is more of your defensive type of supports, which you usually want to pick up if you want to protect your lanes. And late game, it does add a lot of combo with Slaughter's Amplify damage. I mean, you reduce his armor to negatives. Witch Doctor ult gonna be pretty strong, so we'll see what No Diggity go with. There is a Tide
Dire
Hunter, so
team
Virtus.Pro have some really huge ultimates here.
Yeah, we are going to see the Yoku Tide Hunter, I believe, and that will leave Doom to be played by No Fear, I would assume. And then FNG probably picks up the 5-position Disruptor. I like this draft coming out from Virtus.Pro. It's
10
tanky.
seconds remaining.
It's meant to basically dominate your early game phase. With the
5
Witch Doctor and the
seconds
Earth Spirit, I
remaining.
don't think the Tide Hunter is going to be threatened way too much. Even if he does get threatened, he's always got the option to
Reserve
move into the
time.
jungle just because of the way that Tide Hunter is actually built as a hero.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Doom.
think there's a way around this, of course. If you pick up a Gyrocopter, can add some magical burst, can really threaten a Tide Hunter, even despite his natural tankiness. The lockdowns from Earth Spirit and Witch Doctor, comboed up with the Gyro, can be more than enough to take out a Tide in the offlane. And I'd like to see something like this, or maybe we go towards something like a Viper or Razor, something that can really get up the damage or the crippling to punish that Tide Hunter offlane. But other than that, we could see some sort of strategy borrowing here. Maybe pick up a Timbersaw. There you go,
There
it'll
it
be a
is.
Razor. Yeah, it'll be a Razor. So
Virtus.Pro's
No Diggity
turn to
aren't
pick.
gonna skip out on the Alchemist. It could still be a mid elk for Quakefer, but we'll see. It does
Yeah.
seem, I wouldn't say it's greedy actually. It's they've got good amount of control in this game because Razor is not a hero that really needs a lot of
10
babysitting.
seconds
So
remaining.
Earth Spirit's free to do his own thing, whereas Razor can punish a Tide
5
with his static
seconds
link.
remaining.
So I think it's a strong medium
Reserve time.
medium mid game kind of lineup here from No Diggity so far. But speaking on the side of VP, like I said, lots of big ultimates. They've got to work around the cooldowns though, so gotta play those carefully. And of course, No Diggity will have to circumvent these. What do you
Yeah,
think
it
is
does
next?
look like we're gonna see some timing window Dota coming out from Virtus.Pro, playing around the Ravage and the Doom. But
10
I do
seconds
think
remaining.
Virtus.Pro is. I would assume that they're debating whether or not to pick up the Slog
5
this game.
seconds
On the
remaining.
one hand, Slog's decent versus the Razor. You can kite in and out of the battle, break that static link, and come
Ooh.
back in for round 2.
Dire
But
team back.
then again, with the Earth Spirit in the vicinity, Slog may not be the best option. Puck's not too bad though.
More CC, I think it's excellent. Great against Slaughter, great against Earth Spirit, more cancels for Witch Doctor. I think VP is a really scary teamfight lineup, man. No Diggity.
10
I don't think they want to
seconds
be fighting
remaining.
into this before any kind of BKB, and I think banning out the Spectre is
Virtus.Pro's
really
turn
smart
to
here,
ban.
because if you get locked down in CC with Spectre, it's not the place you want to be. And they did receive it firsthand the last game, press R win game, and well, we'll see Virtus.Pro
10 seconds
do something
remaining.
similar with another hero. What hero do you think will be
5 seconds remaining.
picked up here? I mean, it's a mid pup, Doom, Disruptor support, and yeah, they smelled the Alchemist coming and they banned it away.
Virtus.Pro's turn
Yeah,
to pick.
I'm actually thinking the Slog would actually be a good fit for Virtus.Pro this game. I would still love to see him picked up. But as far as their other options go for one positions, you've got the Gyro if they want to get greedy, even the Anti-Mage is an option. But yeah, their options have been limited
10
quite a bit with the
seconds
Spectre,
remaining.
the Sven, the Life Sealer, and the Alchemist getting banned out.
Yeah, I'm not
5
so sure about
seconds remaining.
Anti-Mage against Slaughter Razor though. Not heroes that he's best against, and ooh, okay, this might be it.
Dire team pick.
Talking
Okay.
about push, Virtus.Pro go back for push themselves. They want a team fight. If you want to avoid the team fights, then we're gonna take your towers. I kind of like this draft. I think FNG has got it sorted out. He has a game plan in mind. Has some really strong
10 seconds
drafts,
remaining.
strong ultimates that opponents will want to dodge fights from
5
and
seconds remaining.
take towers with Lycan, get a huge goal lead and punish them. So Disruptor also really good
Reserve
at getting
time.
strays. I think ultimately VP's draft looked really strong. So it's up to No Diggity to play defensive and work around it.
However, they are lacking lockdowns. I mean, they've got the Ravage and they've got the Disruptor, also the Puck for some CC, but they don't really have any low cooldown stuns available, which means no Diggity. They could consider getting something with a bit of mobility for their middle lane.
Ember Spirit.
Queen of Pain. Yep, Queen of Pain,
I
Ember
think
Spirit, both
Queen will
heroes
get
that come
punished
to
too
mind.
hard though. That's too much for Queen. I think Ember might be slightly better. I still think that with the amount of ultimates, it's not negligible. Yeah, you have like 4 heroes that can stun or lock or disable. I mean, okay, fine, we won't use Tidehunter as one, but I think 3 heroes here would really shut down a Queen of Pain. Puck, Disruptor, Doom, all 3 shuts a Queen of Pain down really hard. So I think a more tanky mid for Quake mid might be better. Or he might go for his Tinker. We'll see. They could also go for another off lane and give Razor to Quake in the middle.
Yeah, that could actually work. Razor versus Puck.
Yeah.
The phase shift does not disjoint the static link, and I think Razor just walks all over that lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright.
If they do go for an offlaner, though, what do you think they've got in mind here?
5 seconds
Well,
remaining.
they've got 4 seconds, so we're probably not going to be able to call it anyway.
Yeah, there
Okay,
we go.
it's going to
So
be
it's Ember
Ember.
Spirit, yeah. So you mentioned something mobile and well really hard to catch without short cooldown disables. So there's your hero. Quickfire is going to be one of them. He only has to really fear the glimpse at the start. And of course, when the game progresses, there is Doom to be concerned about. So it's still not sunshine and roses here for Ember Spirit. It is going to be simpler early game. I wouldn't say it's perfectly okay, but it is still going to be challenging come mid game, come late game because of all those huge ultimates. And just holding him there for a few seconds can allow Lycan to tear him to pieces. So it will be an Era Razor and a Keizu Slaughter. So Yapzor will be the guy rolling around as Cowlin. So hopping into the game, we have Virtus.Pro going to be playing on the Radiant side this time round. My keyboard's going funky. Okay, so the CIS squad, Virtus.Pro, I don't think they need much introduction, but we're going to introduce them anyway. We have FNG on that Disruptor. And we have Yoku on his Tidehunter. Hopefully he has a better offlane experience this time round. We have G playing a Tempo Controller Puck. And we have Aloha Dance playing that Lycan. FNG on that Disruptor. So, well, no diggity. They are pretty much... Would you say fan favorites? Probably fan favorites in this matchup because of this guy right here, Syndron, Witch Doctor. Yes, I think he uses the same stuff as me.
I'm pretty certain they're fan favorites, but as far as betting odds go, I'm not too certain about that. Yapzor will be handling that Earth Spirit. You've got Cinderin playing the Witch Doctor. Ember Spirit going to be handled by Koikwa. Earth Spirit, did I mention this? Yapzor on the Earth Spirit? I think I did.
Yeah.
With Era on the Razor and Slaughter going to be handled by Kezu. This really does feel like No Diggity is going to have a lot of opportunities to make ways into the VP lineup. They've got, as we mentioned earlier, lots of long cooldown spells like the Doom, the Ravage, and to a certain extent, even the Dream Coil and the Static Storm. Diggity, they're going to be looking for that early Blink Dagger on Kezu, and once they get that, that's when they start controlling the pace of this game. At least that would be the ideal way for them to play this one.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it will be gold for both mid laners, so no real big advantage going on either team at the start. But we have a lot of early wards being planted with those quick TPs. A sentry ward being plopped down here by Diggity, but missing completely. So Syndron getting the wrong reads there on the observer ward placements, and yeah, will not be getting a free $100 to start off his game. So Syndron, oh wow, walking front already. Trying to slow down the creep wave, I think. Yeah, trying to slow down the creep wave and start the steps. That sentry ward right... No, okay, that was Yoku. So Yoku drops the sentry ward down. Not sure if he thinks this observer is coming down. Syndron, well, it'll be a shame if he drops it now. You'll be giving $100 over to that guy. Meanwhile, Disruptor is going to start off with Thunderstrike on Keizu. So lightning type, pretty good against water.
Yep, the sentry actually from Syndron, it may not have found the observatory ward, but it does block out the small camp near the secret shop. So if they can zone out Tidehunter from the lane entirely, I think Yoku's going to have a hard time. And no fear, recognizing that he needs to put a little effort into securing the Tidehunter's lane, I think he's made the right decision to rotate up top here.
Yeah, so it will be a Doom with a tomato clap. Oh, here comes the roll though. No fear. 0 armor. Boots first. Will take more punishment from the neutral creeps. Syndron of all people scoring first blood. That is really, really rare. Usually he's the one giving it over. But hey, it is Syndron scoring first blood for his team. And that was a great gank and very callous there from No Fear. So, great jump there,
Middle
right?
lane though.
Yep,
Gee.
middle lane. Jeez, he taking pot shots at Quakefer. Quakefer actually going in, diving him hard, nearly getting the pick off, but in the end, not successful, burning all his mana for it as well. So G will survive. I think it was just aggressive trading from him, knowing that he had the salve, whereas Quakefer did not.
Yeah, Koikwa is pretty much starting to push out G from this lane. G's out of consumables for now, and Koikwa still has a good 3 tangos to work with. The bottle should be coming online in the next 30 seconds or so.
Oh, nice
All
stun.
in jungle. Yoku, he's zoning out Cinder in here. I don't think we're gonna see any.
Oh, wow, they're going
kills.
Maledictic in. They're gonna try and poke Yoku here, but I don't think it's gonna be a kill. Yeah, Syndron tries to go for the cliff there and get the smack. Yoku will do a little backflip, taunting them a little bit, but overall, I don't think we'll see much coming out of this. Meanwhile, Quakefer in the middle lane.
Yeah, Kezu's actually been sent back to base here. He chose to get that Iron Talon and move into the jungle entirely, recognizing that his life could have been in danger at this bottom lane. One well-placed rotation from No Fear might have been able to secure the kill. But No Fear, he's
Nope,
putting a
he's
lot of
coming back
commitment into... Alright.
Alright, it's coming
But
back
No
in.
Fear's actually put a lot of effort into securing mid and top.
Yeah.
Which means that Kezu could punish that bottom.
Still has to be careful though. Having 0 armor was proof detrimental earlier on. Yabzor jumps right in there, kicks G in the face. He'll be dropping very low here. The rock, unfortunately, not rolling into Puck as he does jaunt out of existence. But already, the Spirit Brothers once again gonna be applying pressure on G in that middle lane. So, it's been a rough day for him.
It has indeed, man. But it's nice to see this Earth Spirit not being completely
another
shut
roll?
down by the nerfs.
Go kick Fear
he's
onto
kicking
the
back
high
up.
ground, but no. There'll be no chains follow up, and now Yabzor could be in trouble himself. There's an Alpha Wolf Doom chasing him down, and there shouldn't be any real danger for him now. And his roll's off cooldown, so he should be fine. Going back to business here. Syndron, meanwhile, will be farming it up.
As far as CS goes, Razor is the clear victor right now with 25 CS in the bank. Lycan just a little bit behind him. Doing okay in the bottom lane as well with 24 CS to his name. But middle lane, Puck does seem to be coming out ahead. A good 20 for him over and above that 15 on the Ember.
Yep,
Nice
Yabzor
cut.
pick up himself some shoes, and G get himself an arcane rune, so that's gonna help with the spam that he will most likely be going for. Oh, Keizu going for a little bit of jungle farm, steals that EXP. Doom is now at level 3, but there's a chase going on and Yebzor sees it. They smell blood in the water, maybe he eats this one up. No, he really wants that Alpha Wolf, but I think he's going down here. The Scorched Earth probably not strong enough to resist it. There's a kick, and you allow Quakefer to come close enough to get that, and there's an Infernal Blade trying to chip away at Quakefer's health, but it's not going to be enough, as the Doom, wandering a little bit too far into enemy territory, will feed his life away once again. So 2 kills already going the way of No Diggity.
Yep, the rotation from Koikwa, well worth it there after getting the kill on the Doom. But with this, No Fear is going to be a little bit spooked about his rotations. He's probably going to just stick around towards the middle lane, farming the jungle every now and then.
Radiant's
And
top tower
I
is
think he
under
does need
attack.
to start catching up on levels a bit as well. Because his Doom is going to be one of the only tools that they're going to have to actually shut down
Yabzor
Koikwa.
getting caught in the bottom lane, but a little bit too tanky there, as a innately strong strength hero will be able to resist that damage coming out from the VP gank. Not too much to worry about, as he's above half health, but Slaughter's back now to take that EXP.
How far is Kezu from that blink so far? Quite a ways to go. It's just 5 minutes in.
Well, if he has it now, that'll be surprising. Yeah, it's 5 minutes 40 seconds, so we'll have to see here. Quakefer doesn't have level 6 yet, so this might be the time for G to make a jump here. They do have the stun on Doom as well. G could be looking for something, but Earth Spirit here to ruin the day.
It's gonna be the Spark Orb. I don't think we're gonna see too many kills just yet. It's just the Earth Spirit sticking around. Is it really possible to bring down this Spark with the Orb
No,
available?
he goes for the coil. Defensive coil as well. The silence and the kick. They go for chains as well. He's dropping really low. Now they go in to chase Yoku coming in. I thought that was going to be a Ravage, but no. Very, very greedy there from Yapzor and the Ember Spirit. Quakefa, very, very greedy. Yapzor going to roll out on that stone there. FNG comes in there, gets fed on there by that Slaughter. Rolling in there with the Crush. And getting that kill. So 1 and 3, so they do trade Ember for Disruptor. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best trade they could have gotten there. Losing their mid laner, pretty bad. And G will have to go back all the way. So it's not too uneventful a gank for them. They do get quite a few things happening, forcing TPs, more economic damage, and Era getting the free lane to himself will now drop this tower down really low into deny range actually, so might have to stick around for this last hit. He will start sapping away No Fear's damage, so don't even think about a deny here, says Era, and he will whip that tower down and get himself that juicy gold. Keizu meanwhile about hit level 6, so it could mean a punishing time for Lycan, who very happily always claims that he does not need armor.
Yeah, Era just making the most out of the space that his teammates gave him, but VP's prepping like they want to make a play on Era. They do have the Dream Coil available. Doom is not going to be online, at least for another minute or so. But Cinderin is here, just in case things go awry for Era. He's going to be here to back him up.
Yeah, no Doom, like you said. And, oh, they go for the cask. There is a catapult. Oh, very unfortunate. Bounce to the range creep and back into the wave. So, RNG not favoring Syndren over there. The cast could have started something potentially big, but in the end, we'll whiff. But Era says, alright, let me steal some of your damage, and then you'll just walk out of this lane. Yep, so minus 59, Doom hitting like a kitten.
And this is when VP starts to come online a little bit. They've got the Ravage available, the Dream Coil is ready to go as well. Doom, while he's being zoned out of this lane, he's still able to stay in range to lead some EXP. So he's gonna get that out up as well. That's when VP just gets this little bit of a power spike that No Diggity is gonna have to be careful about. So the Blink Dagger on Slaughter though, I know I've stressed about this a lot, but it is really the key item for Keizu, and he's realized this. He's just opted to keep a TP on himself while continuing to farm this bottom lane. Aloha Dance is gonna TP up top, so they do want to make a play by the looks of it. They have a smoke. Doom is still not level 6 though, so this could be a bit over ambitious coming out from them.
Yeah, it's a Razor as well, but it looks like Era has map hack. It's okay, Syndren will tank this. I got this, fam. If he gets out of there, cask, okay, yeah.
No,
runs
he's not
in,
gonna survive
runs
this.
in. Green Lantern, activate. Oh, well, gets crit by the wolves and he will die. So, well, can't really stop the man from dying, but he already had 2 kills, so he needed to really pin him down a little bit, sit him down, let him know his place. Quakefa getting caught out, but here comes that boulder, and they will jump away from the harm here. No fear, no mana. Actually, we see Era chasing Yoku. Is there a stun? Crush! Nope, holding it back. Keizu knowing when to pull back his stick. Will not go for the crush, will not waste any mana, but it will lose that tight kill. So 4,000 gold in favor of Aloha Dance, actually. Well, not 4,000 gold in favor, but he does have 4,000 net worth, which is at the top of the leaderboards right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is
No
under
Diggity are
attack.
starting to fall a little bit behind in terms of EXP. Just level 4 on the Earth Spirit for now. He's gonna cross level 5, but everyone on the side of VP is gonna have their ults online now, and I think while the last smoke may have found Synderen, they might want to pop another one, use the Ravage to find a more high priority kill.
Yeah.
But we already see No Diggity anticipating this as they'll group up, stick as a 4-man unit, and try and mow down towers, making space for their Ember Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, but
is under attack.
look at his Razor. First item, Boots of Travel. I didn't know No Diggity was standing in with Malini. Like,
I mean,
I've never seen a Razor go for this first.
yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't seen it either, especially not on the one position role. I'd have expected Razor to be building some tanky items, maybe the drums, possibly even an early phase boost just to kite around the periphery. He is fairly susceptible now to being
Oh,
blown
they're
up.
coming in from the side there. Keizu wraps around and they will not actually see this one coming. A good startup stunt here from Syndren will actually lock down the Doombringer. There is the Disruptor ultimate to shut them all down for a while. But G, his coil once again used for control purposes. But Yoku comes in with the Ravage tentacles everywhere. Era TV's in for a gank, but the Wolf is on the hunt. The Plasma Field will come. There will be a bit of damage, but Era dropping really low, tries to sap away Aloha Dance's damage, but he dances right over his face, and Syndron will go down to the Anchor Smash. Quickfer running away, doesn't have a Spirit behind right now, kicks him to the side. Yep, so we'll throw a rock his way, so he will start up the Lycan, stop the push coming his way, and in the end, will lose themselves a tower. And Shopta coming in here could look for a glimpse, but they don't want to overcommit, having spent all their ultimates already. I was about to say that Diggity had a cool little plan with Razor staying at the bottom to make VP think they're going for a train and wrapping around with the rest of the heroes. But in the end, the teamfight ultimates from VP proved to be too strong, and that's one of the things we talk about. Diggity will have to circumvent these large cooldowns if they want to take any successful fights.
Yep, and this is their time to shine, really. The only thing that's available at the moment is the Doom. The Puck Dream Call is going to come back online, but they have to know that the Ravage is unavailable right now.
Are they going for this? Wow.
That's an early attempt. And, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard either, right?
They don't really have big damage. Razor is not the strongest hitter, but they do have Syndron and his heal, so I guess it could work. I mean, with amplified damage, Roshan is always a possibility. So I would say this is okay. I mean, it's very doable.
It's actually pretty smart because they know that they can't take a fight because VP is going to be on the back foot, knowing that Ravage is offline. Instead, they'll just move into the pit and take Roshan, and VP just may not have the tools to contest, but this is as fortunate as it gets here. G's got an Invis room, but yeah, he's too late to decide.
No second Aegis steal this time. No. Maybe later. For you guys just tuning in, this is the Nanyang Championships EU qualifier loser bracket. So loser goes home at the end of this BO3. So will it be 2-0? Will it be 2-1? We'll see. And Razor gets glimpsed away. Aloha Dance getting caught out. He will have a coconut gone his way, but Syndron immediately gets silenced, so he's losing quite a bit of health there to that Thunder Strike. Here comes the doggies. Oh no, he's gonna get caught out. He's turning onto that heal, but he's getting munched down. Will he drop? He will drop. Aloha Dance sets the dogs on Syndron, and well, I guess we have the answer to that question. Who let the dogs out? Aloha did. Yoku spits in Quickfist's face. The rock there.
He's actually picked up a Blink Dagger on his side, so they could turn this around if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's Ravage as well. That's something else. So we'll have to see. No Diggity in the danger zone right now. They might just blow the Ravage on a Quickfit kill. His shield is down after all. Fear comes in with his ultimate. Potentially just remove one hero, turn him into a creep.
So VP has an observer ward deep inside the jungle. They see Kezu farming up this, and they could be going for it. The Dream Call should be committed.
Yeah, now they doom him right up. And with that orb as well, Kezu will not be getting out of there alive. They do get a quick and easy kill there. G already on a killing spree. Picking up a Veil of Discord, something very popular among mid laners nowadays as well. Aloha Dance getting a little bit of sapping action here from Yara, but nothing too much to worry about.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I really feel like VP did their homework for that last team fight, having the vision behind, well, close to the tier 1 tower inside the jungle. They knew when Diggity would be prepping for a team fight, or when they'd be prepping for the initiations with the Earth Spirit.
And a glimpse, they throw out the cask. I'm not sure that was the best target for it, but FNG and Aloha Dance sharing that coconut. And yeah, no kills so far, but they do drop a sentry ward. See the pesky wolves. Syndron getting body blocked up. G looking for a push on in, and now they glimpse back Syndron. Oh, poor Syndron. They do get the rocks though. Jeets gonna be coming in there with that silence as well as that Ravage follow-up. Yevzor silenced up, has to pop that magnetize. He will get it on GG. Amplified up, that Fairy Dragon not gonna last for too long. Burns up in Earth Spirits. Magnetize ultimate, and Aloha Dance gets himself clapped up. Aloha Dance 522 movement speed, but you have no armor. Wolves need no armor. Era gives him the whip, and he goes down. No fear. Scrambling away for his dear life. He does have Tranquil Boots and a Buckler, so this is Medic Doom, not the most scary of heroes.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Diggity take a successful fight. We'll look at a team fight recap. Almost 2,000 goals swung over to the Diggity boys.
Yeah, that really looked like it was going VP's way, especially after the Ravage clipped on multiple heroes. But then G, he happened to walk straight through. He did get silenced up by the Earth Spirit, I believe, while he was walking in for the Waning Rift. And that kind of delayed their fight a bit and allowed Diggity to turn things around. Also, the Lycan might have jumped a bit too deep under the tier 2 tower there.
I'll just like to take this moment to say how happy I am to see Syndra not at the bottom of the net worth and affording arcane boots at a reasonable time. I mean,
Shots fired,
if you watch enough of these games, man, he is the martyr on this team. He dies, but something good always happens, you know, after that. He helps his team get space and everything, and he's the only one with the abysmal score at the end sometimes. But it gets the team done. I mean, sometimes when you're calling the shots in your team, you know, you don't focus as much on the game, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And it's kind of a running joke, you know. Syndra's an awesome guy, and everyone wants him as an analyst.
True that, man. But I feel like FNG is actually doing a similar role for his own teammates here. He's at 1500 net worth, but he's the one buying the smokes, calling the shots, making the movements for his teammates. Now it's going to be a double smoke. Both teams running each other.
walks right in. No fear. Gets himself amplified right away. Again, FNG this time whiffing on that. Silence. G getting silenced up as well with Yepzor. Mr. OS Frog burning up in that Infernal Blade. The Keizu Slaughter doomed up. Will not be able to proceed in this fight. Yepzor rolling away. They do meet face to face with that Lycan. Gets chained up, controlled there by Quakefa. And now Era running away from the 522. Zoo is really fast there by Keizu. Undoomed now. Erased that pentagram from his skin. Aloha dance. Armor. Oh, armor really low there. Gets chopped down there by the Ember Spirit. No fear. Taking a rock to the face, but here comes Sidehunter to the rescue. The coil coming in. The orb though doing so much damage. Keizu dropping really low, only 50 health remaining. A lot of armor on this guy, so surviving that right click. Yepzor pulls him back, kicks the tide away, tries to survive there, but Infernal Blade is here to stay, and Diggity will lose their Earth Spirit. So 2 for 1, they lose Era, and they lose Yepzor, but they do take that Lycan in trade. Still, not the best fight for them, as you can see, a 900 goal swing going over to VP. So this game still, I wouldn't say dead even, but it's Radiant favored.
And these fights are really close though. 1 minute you've got Diggity taking the lead, then you've got Yoku jumping in with the big ravage, Fox throwing down an orb as he makes
Is
his
he
way
going
back
for a
to base.
solo kill, Syndra? Okay, Keizu getting that stun in, and now Yoku in a lot of trouble. He does purge off that amplified damage, a little bit annoying, and Syndra deploys the ultimate. I can't see below this. Alright, there we go. Tidehunter going down to the Plasma Field and the Witch Doctor. So Syndra gets another kill on the board.
Yep, another 80 seconds without the Ravage for the Tidehunter and 30 seconds without the Tide himself. This should be a tier 1 tower taken down by no Diggity. But we're already seeing pings coming out from VP. They know they can't contest this. Instead, they'll try and get a trade and force some rotations back towards the top lane. Level 2 Necronomicon's finished up for Aloha Dance as well. I think he's going to need the BKB immediately after he upgrades those books to level 3. It's really going to be the best tool he'll have all game to deal with the Coconut as well as the Earth Spirit just jumping around and kicking him in the face.
I think it might be a detriment sometimes. He runs alongside them and then he gets that multi-bounce on him. Could actually really shut him down. He has to be very careful here. But with me, oh, I have to watch it out. Oh, there's a Disruptor ultimate, but a 3-man crusher from Slaughter and the Coconut to share around. Quakefa, he will actually get those kills there, but he will get himself doomed. No fear. Now Maledicted up, amplified up. There's a Magnetizer as well. Era once again getting chased down here by the big bad wolf. Gets himself caught. The Plasma Fuel will come out, but I don't think it will suffice as the wolves take a huge chunk out of his ass, and Quakefa forced to run away once again, sitting out that fight thanks to good old Doombringer. And Quakefa drops a remnant in the back there. Yoku's still giving him chase, but just trying to lure that Tidehunter away before jumping to that Spirit. So Quakefa not gonna be too happy about that team fight. I mean, VP take that fight 1.3k to negative 300, so 1,600 goals swing for VP. I would say they're further ahead now. Look at that net worth chart. Lycan popped at the top of the charts, and G surviving that Slaughter initiation. I think Keizu has been on point, but his team hasn't followed up best.
Yeah, and you've got to remember that was a fight without the Ravage on the Tidehunter. We've seen the Ravage turn the tides once again in their favor. But so we were talking about Diggity having those timing windows. It's now time for VP to consider grouping up and making a play on the back of that. Roshan, we're still a couple of minutes or seconds. I can't for the life of me read that clock away, but VP, once they get this tier 1 tower, will be better poised.
About a minute, give or take. But Crimson Guard on Doom. Wow, this is Armor Smith Doom. This is not the normal medic Doom. This is Armor Smith Doom. Looking to break away all the small points of damage, and it will resist a lot of the Witch Doctor ultimate hits, I believe. So it's very good. That Crimson Guard buff, very strong for any kind of damage over time or multiple hits. It won't save them in the long run, but it's a very good early defense. And now they're wrapping up the river. They're gonna walk up the high ground. Yoku immediately gonna walk into Yamsor. Doombringer gives him the chop, but Yoku goes into the front, drops the Ravage on Era as well. Keizu, the fish, can only skittle around, tries to run and get something done, but now he will get himself into a lot of trouble. Aloha Dant, he is amplified up, but he will not be bothering too much about that damage because of that Crimson Guard buff. Yamsor buying time for his team. He will roll away, but no, the Disruptor says no. They go for the silence. They chop him up the zoo. The orbs are coming, but no fear. He goes in there and just laughs it off as the Froggy Frog doesn't do any damage whatsoever to his Crimson Guard. So very good pickup here from No Fear. Interesting, but very useful, as it just showed right there how useless the Witch Doctor ultimate was in light of that Crimson Guard. So Keizu getting some big slams here, but his team really lacking the tools to follow up. Now with the Battle Fury, maybe he has some opportunity for combo.
Yeah, Tidehunter's death was not in vain, and he definitely managed to do some work for his teammates. I want to draw your attention towards the top tier 2 tower, because I'm not sure if this is a bug or if you can see it as well, but I see Tidehunter's face sticking out of the ground.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay, it's
I saw that on the tail end of that. Yeah. So he was.
I was confused as hell about that. Right, but as I was saying, you know, Yoku, he's been the sacrificial lamb for his team. He manages to get the stun off on 3, and if his 4-star can get him out of there, he's fine just dying while the rest of his team cleans up. Roshan's back. No Diggity are aware of this. They've moved towards the pit, and this time they will be contested by the looks of it.
Oh, there's a kick there onto No Fear though. He does have a double damage, but the Coconut chases after him. Keizu to follow as well. The Maledict applied. And well, this time Crimson Guard's not gonna get you out of this one. So he does lose his life there. Wandering into the wrong neighborhood. Had the Wolves as scouts, still overextending there, I would say, is a mistake. So the Wolves trying to get some shenanigans done. They will be punished. So they'll be brought down, and looks like Diggity score a second Roshan for themselves.
Yeah, this should be the Aegis going towards Koikfa, I'd assume. He's got the Battle Fury picked up now as well. Era could be a good candidate for the Aegis as well. No, they'll give it a Koikfa. He's doing a little bit more for his teammates right now. Razor is innately tanky as well. Top lane, Park, he's got the rules online. He's building towards an Aghanim Scepter this game, so
like
they're prepping for eventual BKBs on No Diggity.
It's not only that, the Scepter stun duration has been increased to 4.5, so you just pretty much stun yourself forever if you break the court. And oh, there's a glimpse once again, showing the power Disruptor. The Bale comes across onto Era. Yoku releases the Kraken, immediately stuns up Diggity's initiation. Yamsor getting caught out. Witch Doctor just deploying full force there from Syndran, but No Fear pops that Crimson Guard immediately. Shuts Syndran down. He throws the Coconut, tries to survive there, gets destroyed by the Puck Orb, and once again we lose 3 Diggity heroes despite them getting a great start on an initiation. Yoku has been on the ball with these Ravages, and that Crimson Guard as well. No Fear having the foresight to pick up that item versus the Witch Doctor. Really, just, I guess this is called creative or adaptive itemization. You know, you don't always have to go for the quote-unquote standard builds, and this is one of those cases. So really liking that Crimson Guard pickup.
This does seem like a VP that hasn't been too shaken up after their loss to Advenom. They've come back, they're thinking straight, they're making all the right moves so far. But
G getting caught out here. The Ember Spirit cancelling some TPs on the south, but Yamsor, he does actually roll himself away there. The Eul Scepter as well as the Disjoint, they will actually blink away. Oh no, G gets scouted out there. He will actually jump to the west side, and we'll see if he gets caught out. Keizu is looking for it. Oh no, they see that little piece of fairy dust. G making so much space. The Ember Spirit comes in, he runs away, and they're still trying to silence him. Quickfire is out of mana already. G getting caught out. He dodges it once again. He does have Eels on the return. He Eels himself away. And now he's going to shift Blink as he is maledicted up at the urn. So this will be his last time blinking this fight anyway. Quickfire finds him at the tail end. And they finally get G after a million years with 5 heroes. This guy is a space maker.
Quickly.
Really, man, some ninja-esque plays coming out there while Aloha Dance just uses all that time to keep momentum going on this bottom lane and jumps back into his jungle to farm. So his death, once again, not in vain. And no Diggity, what do they do here? They know that they're being toyed with at the moment. They need to start making some plays happen. And as the game progresses, as they level up and they get a lot more EXP under their belts, their respawn times increase as well. Which means their windows of opportunity after each team fight where big ultimates from VP have been blown keep reducing.
Yeah.
So the pressure is starting to get to them now.
That's a good point. Definitely. Quickfire does have the Aegis, so he's going to play it very carefully here. Well, play it less carefully here. Oh, now they're going for Yoku. They're going to get him. They miss on that crush. Tidehunter doing that taunt once again. Gets hit by a rock there on the return there, but the Doom immediately grabbing that cheeky ass sprint. And the Glimpse as well. Doomed and Glimpse. There's no escaping this one. Yabzor will feed his life away for his little bit of cheekiness. And VP punish overextension.
Yeah, it's just so tempting when you see an Earth Spirit in your face to throw a Doom or anything big on him, man. I know that feel, bro.
Yeah,
But up top,
Radiant's top tower
quite
is
fun.
under attack.
Aegis still sitting on him. G's gonna go in on him. He does have a defensive remnant placed down and he jumps away
it's
before
almost
the wind
impossible.
in silence.
And FNG. Oh, they're going for him. Immediate chains here for Quakefire. This silence though shuts them all down before they get the opportunity. And the Glimpse as well pushes him back. And a very good survival here from the Disruptor. He does waste that ultimate as well. So they might be looking to push the issue. After having had Roshan already, might decide to get themselves a tier 2 tower. This is the first tier 2 tower that we're looking at. Era looking for a sap there. Keizu following up with that crush. They will grab that Doombringer. The Glimpse once again removing the Doom from the fight. The Coconut will not bounce there. Syndrin will deploy the ultimate just to finish off that Doombringer. But Razor already more than enough damage to kill them off. So have to see what actually happens coming up from here. The tier 2 tower, will it be uncontested?
Radiant's middle
There is
tower
Ravage.
is under attack.
There is a Ravage, but there's no Doom and there's no Static Storm from the Disruptor. Bark does have the Aghanim Scepter though now, so they could put this to use in conjunction with the Lycan, who by the way is getting picked off at bottom, as Kezu, Era and Koikpa will jump him and make mincemeat out of him.
Yeah, alright. Looks like G wants to hunt Mr. Syndrin. He starts with the coil. I'm not sure about the coil though. He wastes his one big teamfight ultimate to catch off a lone support. Syndrin buying space once again. He turns on the Green Lantern. There's the Yule Scepter though. Kicks off Yoku. Yoku gets caught out. There's the Coconut. Not gonna be enough. They spit water in Syndrin's face. And he will collapse to the ground. So unfortunate Witch Doctor over there. Getting picked off by the pup and bullied actually. So G now searching for new targets. Quickfire gonna be slightly tough to deal with as he does have the Spirit in the back. And well, Yoku very farmed for an offlane.
Koikpa was actually opted to go DPS this game. I would have expected him to get the Lincoln Sphere for the value it adds versus the Doom, but he's gone for the Crystalist. G's gonna get stunned up here. Can they bring him down in time though? Nope, the Ninja is doing his tricks again.
Yeah.
He's got the blink away.
Escape artist. Oh, Quickfire almost has the ninja senses as well. So Jedi on Jedi here, pretty much. And FNG, what's he up at? He's got nothing. Only a Staff of Wizardry and brown boots, but I like his use of Static Storms. Doesn't just wait for the field, uses it defensively and offensively as well to cut off team fights and to cause a lot of trouble. Yabzor meanwhile has himself up a Veil.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only source of magic damage on his team, unless we're gonna count Plasma Field and the Flame Guard every now and then.
Yeah.
So the Veil it's pretty much, it's a selfish pickup, but one that could really allow him to dish out huge chunks of damage, especially given that the Doom opted to get an early Crimson Guard this game.
That's true. Alright, so there's gonna be a 4-man smoke train or 5-man smoke train. 5-man smoke train here from the Radiant, and they're gonna look for targets. Scouting first with the Wolf, and it looks like everyone from VP will not be finding a kill. Diggity will hide in their base, hide in their jungle, and not allow VP to pick them off. I guess that smoke was kind of too obvious. The creep waves being pushed over to their side of the map, and them not responding. very fishy.
Yep, we've also got two very deep observer wards from Diggity towards the middle lane. So those are usually spots that you'd see
Radiant's
VP's
bottom
heroes
tower
hanging around,
is under
especially if there's
attack.
someone farming inside the jungle. So pretty much a dead giveaway that there was smoke. No Diggity will dodge a bullet.
Yeah, so, well, VP already has that Academ's on Puck, so that is going to be a big deal coming up in the next team fight. Although there are no BKBs, a 4.5 second stun
Radiant's
is a
courier
big
has
deal.
been killed.
Era finds himself a courier.
Well, VP, they're in position to jump Yapsor here. Just gonna let a boulder fly. They won't really commit the ravage on him just yet. Yoku with
See
a
if
bit
they
of a
catch it.
misclick, he'll jump
Oh,
forward.
there is a surround. Yonku force-staffs himself into a surround. Syndrome though, getting locked down here. Fear might decide to paint that pentagram on him, realizes that he's just too damn squishy and will actually die. Yeah, he dies for the Maledict, that misses completely on all the heroes.
Radiant's top
But
tower is
he
under
does
attack.
make space for the rest of his team to run away. So the only death once again on Diggity. And like I said, for a good cause.
Yeah, that did look like a fairly intentional
Radiant's
suicide.
top
Well, the
tower
call was
has
just
been
get out, I'll
denied.
sacrifice myself. No Diggity does manage to escape by just giving up a support, aka the Witch Doctor. But VP, they've still got all their weapons locked and loaded. The Doom, the Ravage, as well as the Dream Coil all prepped and ready to go.
Radiant's
But
bottom
Koitwa,
tower
he's
is
finished
under
up that
attack.
Daedalus now, which means if he is ignored for the team fights and if he's not controlled, that DPS from the Slight is going to start racking up the longer the fight goes on.
Yeah. And if you take a look at Doom, he is going for the Solar Crest. Oh wow, okay, a 4-star forward. Will they glimpse him? Is there range? There is no
Radiant's
range.
bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, look at his Doombringer. He has that Solar Crest, so if he wants, he can apply it onto Razor, can apply it onto Ember Spirit, make a lot of their hits miss in the fights there. Aloha Dan's losing his life there, gets hit on that bash, but oh! Keizu, will they get it? Body blocks here from FNG, really big, but Aloha Dance is only a man, no longer wolves. But Keizu has wasted most of his BKB duration. He is going to take tower damage, he's going to get shot, he loses his life. And FNG going to be just close enough for that solo EXP. Juicy, now at level 13, but meanwhile fights in the middle lane, feed! Oh no, the feeds coming out here from the Witch Doctor really shouldn't have been there in the middle lane. But then again, mobile heroes here from VP punish poor positioning. And well, Diggity, they could have been scrambling to go bottom to help, I think, and that's what might have cost the overextension.
Well, Era's got his BKB online now, but the Puck is prepared. As you pointed out, the Aghanim Scepter is still online on him. He's got another 2500 gold in the bank. I'm wondering if he opts to get the Boots of Travels first, or does he sell off the bottle and start building towards possibly a Scythe of Vice here?
Alright. We'll see. I mean, it's always going to be really strong when you have a blink.
Another tool that could be used to lock down Koitwa's Ember Spirit as well, but he does seem to be building either the Manta style, the Lincolns, or an Eye of Scotty. I'd be a lot more satisfied if he actually picked up the Lincoln Sphere this game.
Yeah, Lincoln Sphere is pretty ideal. Blocking Glimpse will be the biggest deal of them all, I think. And of course Doom, but blocking Glimpse. It's gonna be a very real problem for him. I'm surprised he hasn't died even more than once, so I think Quickfire has been doing his job here on that Ember Spirit. They will jump to the top there, farm up the creep waves. But both teams, if you haven't heard at the start of the cast, they are actually on big losing streaks. So both teams, I guess, can blame themselves on tilting for losing the bad morale or tilting. But ultimately, they seem to be shaping up the game here. And Keizu gonna pop that BKB, realizes that he still stuns. Like, what the hell is this? I bought this BKB, waste half its duration though. And now the ult will fly. Will there be a follow-up? The kick will not be there, but the glimpse will be. And there we go. Slaughter going down, and that is after his BKB was activated. Now they're gonna lose his tier 2 tower in the absence of the Slaughter, unless they want to go in for a fight. Era deploys Plasma Field. And looks like, yeah, this tower is going to go down. Aloha Dance is ready with that Solar Crest. And Puck getting the last hit on the tower. This is the GL's waiting for to show up.
Yeah, this was a really good play from VP. They had the Doom Illusion in the Rosh pit. They saw Roshan respawn immediately. They're like, guys, there's a Slaughter just rearing his head in the middle lane. Let's find this pick off and transition this into an objective, aka Roshan. That's exactly what they'll do now. No Diggity, they've smelt what's up though. Will they commit inside the pit though is the
Oh,
question.
Quakefer going in there with the chops there, the silence as well, locking down Yapzor. They glimpse Quakefer away from the fight. The BKB from Era going in. This Roshan is so low though. Will they get it? Lycan gets the shield, so he will have that second life for him. There'll be no Thievery, no Grand Tap Ages this time. Yoku holding back on the Kraken. He sees Syndran, but he's not going to commit anything to Syndran. Oh no, Era gets himself doomed up. The coconut will come, and this is when the zoo gets really annoying because everyone's sharing the love here, stunning themselves up. The Solar Crest has been deployed. Quakefer loses his. Oh no, he loses it. And now the Coil comes up to control that. Follow up by the Kraken. We do keep Quakefer's life though. Nice stun here from Keizu. Will shut them down for a short while. Quakefer very greedy, but comes in there with some crazy cleaves and crits. Will do bits of damage over here and over there, but not enough to finish anyone off so far. Era running and kiting around Yoku. The Ravage has been spent, so maybe it's a good time to reset. Goes the Doombringer, picks up that cheese, munches it in front of Keizu and realizes that, hey, I have got the upper hand now. Never mind, the kicks come in, and now Diggity with a good amount of kiting here will actually start killing off a lot of the VP heroes. G throws out the orb. Careful not to touch that. No fear. Dropping low because of the amplified damage, doing so much though. But the anchors and the wolves more than enough to destroy the Razors. Puny helpful. And well, Keizu is gonna just sprint away, and the kicks come in once again. The Earth Spirit is really starting to annoy VP, but he is about out of mana. And unless VP has something else to catch him, they might not have. They may. Yeah, not gonna go try. Of course, it's a bad investment if you try and look for a teammate that's or an enemy hero that's already trying to run away from you, especially when you have got bigger objectives like a Rex. But yeah, but if you're doing it for your compendium quest, then by all means, go chase it.
All of that started because the Doom's Illusion scouted out their Roshan. Once they moved into the pit, No Diggity looked like they might have been able to do it with Quakefer spamming this Slides of Fist inside the pit, but a good static storm from the Disruptor onto the cliff really just shut down No Diggity there, and that's
They
when I
tried to
think
jump in
VP
from the
started.
cliff, yeah.
VP just rolling with the punches, one after the other. They've managed to come out ahead yet again. But the graphs though, they tell a different story. It doesn't, well, No Diggity is not that far behind for a 38-minute game. I don't think a 4,000 net worth lead is insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination for No Diggity.
I mean, that's always obvious when you have yourself an Ember Spirit, so you have to be careful here as he approaches his second Daedalus, I want to say? Or is it MKB? Yeah, probably it's MKB. Oh no, we see someone getting caught out. I'm not even surprised at this point, but the Witch Doctor throws out his coconut. Will he deploy the Frog of Death? Never mind, G-Soul to that. Keizu getting coiled up along with Era. No, Era dodging that coil there, actually getting a kick there onto G. We lose our Disruptor here. G silenced up, very low. Era whips him, he goes down. VP now in a lot of trouble, but he goes in there with the 4-star Ravage, catches 2. Now G with the follow-up, gets the fish. Quakefer being able to zip away in time, always having a backline remnant, but Yapzor getting caught out here. Doom burning him down. Will he tick? Will he tick? He will not. Yapzor will survive. The pure HP pool just too strong
Dire's
for
middle
BV
tower is under attack.
score any more kills other than that. But it is still a Witch Doctor and a Slaughter at this point. Lycan, 4,000 gold almost on him. So we'll see what he buys.
That was actually a pretty good fight for No Diggity, I'd say. They managed to keep their cores alive through it all, and they did manage to force out the buyback on G. Now Ravage is on cooldown, all the big ults are on cooldown. No Diggity has most of their heroes online. We could see them forcing this fight.
Oh,
but
you start things off. We don't like Yapzor. That's the consensus right here. They take him out. A low head dance bites him in the butt. Era sapping a lot of damage right now. The damage from the Witch Doctor ultimate almost doing nothing because of the Crimson Guard. And Era trying to show off his newfound damage, but Crimson Guard says no. Barely even scratch the surface of Doom's armor. And looking tough for Diggity. Looking real tough.
yeah, I was gonna say that No Diggity could have committed to a fight there, but when VP just jumps in, finds a pick-off and runs away without losing any casualties, that's what starts to hurt No Diggity, because again, they're just extending the time where their cooldowns come back online on the side of VP, while No Diggity is forced to fight 4v5.
We'll see what Quakefer actually builds towards. He does have that Demon Edge.
You know, Kezu's actually building towards the Assault Cuirass, so they're trying to tank up now, getting some physical DPS under their belts. That'll work well versus the Lycan, not so much versus the Doom and the Disruptor though. Disruptor, he's halfway towards his own
Dire's
Aghanim
top
Scepter.
tower is
That'll
under
be a
attack.
key tool to shut down the BKB on Era, or even the Ember Spirit. Who, by the way, I'm curious to see whether he's going to finish up an MKB, a second Deadlist, or
Rapier.
be a real man and buy a Rapier, man.
I
Real
mean,
men
usually if you want to buy
rapiers.
a rapier, you start with a relic, right? Or maybe he's leaving his options open. It could be that as well. Oh, Quickfoot getting caught out. He doesn't have any silence removal, but he does have his spirit, so I don't think G will be pursuing this. No fear is ready. He does have Blink Dagger, and I think this is what they need. The Blink Doom catch out.
For now, though, I think the safer option for Quickfire is to just hold. Okay, never mind. I was going to say hold on to the buyback money, but it will be the MKB picked up on him. So recognizing that the Solar Crest does pose indeed quite a bit of a threat. But 5-man smoke, they've hit another window where they get a power spike on the back of that MKB. No Diggity, is that spike going to be enough for them though? To
If they
turn the
catch out
tides of this game
FNG
back?
here, that'll be great, but no fear. They're all camping the high ground. This will break the smoke right away. The Shiva's Guard from Era will scout things out, but so does the Tide Hunter. They blow Syndran up. Your machine gunner is down. Keizu, the fish, has been doomed, but Ember Spirit going in there, going big. Really laying down the hurt there. There's your Ravage. Quickfoot locked out. Will there be enough time? Aloha Dance. They are going to try and chase him down. They are losing a lot of life there on Quickfoot. 200 health remaining. G catches him with the Yule Scepter, but the Sun saves his life, but the Fairy does more than enough to take out that Ember Spirit. And another click here from G takes out the entire Diggity squad. And Yapzor meanwhile loses his fight, loses his life to that Lycanthrope. And G, I must say, you give him heroes like these and he just dominates team fights non-stop. You give him so many buttons to press, he presses all of them, and he presses them on your face. And Diggity, they felt the wrath of G there, and I must say Yoku's Tide Hunter this game has been spot on.
Yeah, this is, it's not looking good for No Diggity at all. High ground has been breached. Fortification's only going to delay the inevitable. This is definitely going to be one lane of Raxus at the very least. Cinderin, he's not going to be able to do anything here by himself. The second lane of Raxus not looking too healthy either, because that's 40 seconds without the Ember, 30 seconds without the Razor, and this might just be game.
Yeah, we will have to. Oh wait, like we talked about the lineup of VP. They had crazy teamfight ultimates that you don't want to fight into. And what Diggity did the whole game was, I feel like they just ran into these ultimates. I mean, yeah, they tried to circumvent them. They had some big crushes here and there, but it's just not enough to take out the Tide Hunter. You don't have that kind of burst damage until your Ember is like crazy fat, and it just like it's like hitting into a spike carapace. You know, I know it's kind of weird to say it like that, but it's kind of like running to a spiked wall, because you try and do a lot of damage to your enemy, you don't kill them off. You know, this Doom builds so tank, so it's even as a position 4, it's almost impossible to burst him down before he gets stuff off. And Diggity could have played the rat game, but they decided to choose the brawl option. I mean, with Earth Spirit and Slaughter, it's a very tempting option, but I felt this really punished them this game.
All props to VP though, they've made some very smart decisions this game. Getting that Crimson Guard early on the Doom, building as tanky as they could on him, and just kiting around No Diggity. They knew that VP knew that they were going to be playing on a clock with cooldowns coming online. Every time their cooldowns were off, they just tried to commit to getting one single pick off, thus extending the time that they have to farm the map and stay back under their own towers without threat of No Diggity jumping them. No Diggity though, they've taken every single piece of bait that VP laid out for them.
No! Syndra sees them, he says, I'm dead.
Like
and he is to the front lines, he will tank it up, there's a double Ravage, and Keizu, GG! Triple kill here for Aloha Dance, even, well, popping the BKB rather unnecessarily. Once again, Keizu on the ball with these Ravages. FNG decides to strip in the jungle, drops all his stuff there, plants a ward to film it. And, well, celebrate Game 1 victory after 45 minutes. Diggity, well, they fall hard in this Game 1, and we'll see what happens in Game number 2. I feel
the
like
early game did look like it was pretty close contest, but then VP just ran away with it come, I'd say, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, they showed up. I mean, the teamwork here was impeccable. Like, so many times when You go in, you see the puck go into the calls, and wow, it would be great if you had a Ravage here, and then boom, the Ravage goes off, and it just wrecked Diggity. I mean, Diggity fought well as well, but I don't know, it just wasn't enough. Keizu, I felt really landed some good crushes, but there's just not enough damage, and well, they kept trying to run into Tidehunter, run into Doom, run into Lycan, and these heroes are not easy to pick up. And I mean, they wasted so much time chasing VP's G on his pup. Like that long ass chase on the top lane, that was crazy.
Yeah,
They
you couple
so much
that with
space.
the Razor with his BOT first build. I can't say that I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not too sure what the objective was here. I
Yeah.
feel like they would have wanted to build tanky and take the fight to VP early once their cooldowns are off. But yeah, VP comes out ahead in game one.
All right. So VP, they had a thrashing from Venom, and well, they say, all right, the buck stops here. We are gonna stop losing to people. We're gonna try and fight our way from the lower bracket, and that's what they're doing so far, showing No Diggity how it's done. 1-0. And as for that, we'll be jumping into game number 2. Don't want to miss the lobby, but yeah, if you want to know who my co-caster is, guys, he is the real CloudX, so you can give him a follow on his social media. Names on the top right corner. I'm Lysander, and we'll be right back for game number 2. Don't want to waste too much of your time. Hop into the action in game number 2. Can Diggity come back? We shall see. Here on Beyond the Summit, stay with us. Much love and cap.